Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end, you won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. Have you ever looked at an old coin and wondered if it might be worth something? Maybe you've come across a big, heavy dollar coin with the face of Dwight D. Eisenhower on it. It might look ordinary at first, but what if I told you that this coin, especially the 1971 Eisenhower $1 coin, could be worth far more than just $1? The story of the Eisenhower Dollar starts in 1971. This was the first year the United States Mint began producing a dollar coin after a long break since the peace dollar ended in the 1930s. The coin was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who passed away in 1969. He was not only a former president but also a five-star general and the supreme commander during World War II. The reverse side of the coin features a design inspired by the Apollo 11 moon landing, which connects Eisenhower's legacy to one of America's greatest achievements in space. The Eisenhower dollar is large and heavy, made mostly of copper and nickel, though some special versions were made with silver. It was never as popular in daily use as smaller coins, mostly because of its bulky size. However, coin collectors have always found it interesting because of its historical significance and unique designs. But among all the Eisenhower dollars made in 1971, there's one version that stands out from the rest. It's not just rare. It's extremely valuable. Most of the 1971 Eisenhower dollars were made for circulation and look similar. But there were also special coins made in small numbers for collectors. These are called proof coins and uncirculated coins. They have a shinier appearance and were never meant to be used as regular money. But the coin that shocked collectors around the world wasn't just a proof or uncirculated coin. It was something even more special. A prototype. A prototype coin is usually made by the mint as a test before full production begins. They're not supposed to leave the mint. They're used to check the quality of the design, how the details appear, and how the coin strikes. But somehow, one of these prototype Eisenhower dollars made its way into the hands of a private collector. It looked slightly different. The details on Eisenhower's face were sharper. The texture of the coin was smoother. And when it was sent for expert review, the truth came out: it was a one-of-a-kind coin. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a first strike. A test coin, made with special care, never meant to be released. Collectors knew right away this was something extraordinary. The coin went to auction, and what happened next shocked even the most experienced coin experts. As bids came in from all over the country, the price kept climbing. People recognized the value of this rare piece of American history. At the end of the auction, the final selling price was an unbelievable $245,000. Yes, a single Eisenhower dollar from 1971, which most people wouldn't give a second look, sold for that much. All because of its rarity, condition, and the mystery behind how it escaped into the public. So the next time you're digging through an old coin jar, cleaning out a relative's drawer, or browsing a flea market, keep an eye out. That oversized dollar coin you almost overlooked could be something special. Check the date. Look at the condition. Compare the details. You never know, you might be holding a piece of history worth thousands of dollars, and remember, not all treasure is buried. Sometimes, it's sitting in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, and share it with someone who might have an Eisenhower dollar of their own. Who knows? That $1 coin could turn out to be the find of a lifetime. Top 2. Have you ever held an old coin and wondered what secrets it might hold? Maybe you've seen one of those big, silver-colored dollar coins with a strong-looking man on the front. That man is Dwight D. Eisenhower, and that coin might look like just another piece of change. But there's one version of the 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin that's worth more than most people earn in a year. Yes, that's right. One of these coins, if you happen to have the right one, could be worth a small fortune. Let's take a deep look into the story behind the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar. Why was it made? What makes it so unique? And how can a single coin end up being one of the most valuable pieces of American money ever found? It all began in the early 1970s. The United States was entering a new era. The space race was in full swing, and America was celebrating its leadership in science, technology, and exploration. In the middle of all this excitement, the U.S. Mint decided to issue a new $1 coin, the first of its kind since the Peace Dollar series ended in 1935. The coin would honor the recently deceased President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero and former Supreme Allied Commander during World War II. Eisenhower Dollar made its first appearance in 1971, but it continued through several years. The 1972 version is especially interesting because of how many different varieties were produced, and how one of them became one of the rarest coins in American history. Most Eisenhower dollars were made of copper nickel and meant for general use. Some were struck for collectors in silver. These were made at the U.S. Mint's facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But what many people don't know is that in 1972, there were 3 different types of reverse designs used on the coin, known to collectors simply as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. At first glance, all of these coins look nearly identical. But if you know what to look for, the differences are clear, and very important. Type 1 and Type 3 are fairly common. But Type 2? That's where the story gets exciting. Type 2 reverse designs were only used very briefly in early 1972, and only at the Philadelphia Mint. The design shows the Earth behind the eagle with less detail. Instead of clear land masses, the globe looks almost smooth. This subtle change makes Type 2 very hard to identify, and extremely rare. Most people who have a 1972 Eisenhower dollar have either a Type 1 or Type 3. But a few lucky collectors have stumbled across the rare Type 2. And if you think that's special, wait until you hear this. There exists an even rarer version of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar that was likely never intended to reach the public. Experts believe it may have been a test coin or an experimental strike, a piece used by the mint to test dyes, metals, or production quality. It has perfect details, unusual weight, and a nearly flawless surface. It's not just a rare type. It's one of a kind. This coin was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who had been searching through rolls of old Ike dollars. Something about this one stood out. The shine was different. The details on Eisenhower's face were clearer. The earth on the reverse had strange features that didn't match any known version. It was sent to a coin grading service. The results stunned everyone. This wasn't just a rare coin. This was a unique specimen. A prototype. A perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and minting error, all captured in a single coin. Collectors from around the world immediately took interest. Auction houses prepared for a bidding war. When a coin like this comes up for sale, it doesn't just attract coin fans, it attracts investors, historians, and serious money. When the auction finally happened, the room was buzzing. The bids came fast. Within minutes, the value had shot past the expectations of even the most experienced experts. The final sale price left everyone in awe. That single 1972 Eisenhower dollar sold for $235,000. Imagine that. A coin that many people would mistake for an ordinary piece of change, worth more than a brand new luxury car, or even a small house. This just goes to show, not all treasures are hidden deep underground. Some are sitting in old drawers, stuck in change jars, or passed down from grandparents. The key is knowing what to look for. So, if you have a 1972 Eisenhower dollar lying around, take a close look. Check the earth on the back. Look at the details. If something feels different, it might just be special, and if you find that rare version, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of American history that could change your life. Thanks for watching. If this story sparked your curiosity, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button for more amazing coin tales, and share it with someone who loves treasure hunts. Who knows, Maybe the next great coin discovery is waiting in your pocket right now. Top 3. Have you ever looked at an old coin and thought, it's just $1? Most of us have. We see a heavy coin in our change jar, maybe a bit worn down, and toss it aside without a second thought. But what if that very coin, a United States Eisenhower $1 from the year 1974, is actually worth far more than anyone could imagine? Today, we're diving into the hidden story of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. A coin many people ignore, yet one that holds a secret world of value, mystery, and unexpected history. This is not just about metal and mint marks. This is about a piece of the past that might just hold your future. Let's take a step back. In 1974, the United States was dealing with some big things. The Watergate scandal was shaking the White House. Gas prices were rising. The Vietnam War was winding down. Americans were uncertain, but they were proud. And during this time, the U.S. Mint continued to produce a coin that stood as a reminder of American strength and leadership, the Eisenhower Dollar. This large, bold coin was introduced in 1971 and continued until 1978. It featured Dwight D. Eisenhower, a former five-star general and president, on the front. On the back, it showed an eagle landing on the moon, a nod to the Apollo 11 mission and American space exploration. It was more than a coin. It was a symbol, but in 1974, something strange happened. While most Eisenhower dollars were struck for everyday use, some were created specifically for collectors. These included proof coins and special uncirculated editions, usually made at the San Francisco Mint. However, as with many coins in U.S. history, some rare versions were produced by mistake, or on purpose, and somehow found their way into the world. There's something fascinating about the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. On the surface, it looks the same as others. The copper-nickel composition, the familiar design, the weight in your hand. But to the trained eye, or the incredibly lucky, a few versions of this coin are unlike any others ever made. Some of these rare 1974 coins were struck with extraordinary precision. Sharper details. Unusual finishes. A deeper shine. And in a few very special cases, they were struck on planchets, the coin blanks, meant for silver coins, not regular copper-nickel Eisenhower dollars. How did this happen? No one knows for sure. Some experts believe these coins were test strikes, experimental pieces made behind the scenes at the mint. Others think they may have been accidentally mixed in with the wrong materials. But the truth is, these coins weren't supposed to exist. And yet, they do. Imagine finding a 1974 Eisenhower dollar that looks just a little different. Maybe it feels heavier. Maybe the surface is shinier. Or maybe the eagle on the back has more detail than normal. You take it to an expert, just to be sure. And what they tell you changes everything. This happened to one lucky collector, who discovered a coin that defied all expectations. It was a 1974 Eisenhower dollar unlike any seen before. It had a rare strike, perfect surface quality, and was made with the wrong metal, a stunning mint error that turned this ordinary-looking dollar into a treasure. When this coin was evaluated and certified, collectors around the world took notice. The coin was put up for auction, and what followed was a frenzy of excitement. Bids came pouring in. Everyone wanted to own this piece of history. A coin that shouldn't exist. A coin with mystery, beauty, and undeniable value. The bidding continued until finally, the hammer came down. The price paid for that 1974 Eisenhower dollar was $215,000, yes, a single coin. One that most people would pass over without a second glance. One that might be sitting in someone's drawer right now. It just goes to show that sometimes, the most valuable things in life are the ones we overlook. So the next time you come across an old Eisenhower dollar, don't toss it aside. Look at it closely. Examine the details. Check the date. Feel the weight. Because that simple coin could be hiding something incredible. You might be holding a piece of history. A rare treasure. A once-in-a-lifetime find. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about coins that could change your life, Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Stay curious, stay observant, and keep searching. Because real treasure doesn't always come from gold bars or sunken ships. Sometimes, it comes from a $1 coin minted in 1974.